Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to another week of Awana. Are you ready to learn a new verse today? Now, before we get started, I want to do something kind of crazy, okay? Every week, we go back and we recap the verse that we learned just the week before. But I don't want to review last week's verse today. Instead, I want us to try to remember the very first verse that we learned this year. 3 whole weeks ago, a long time ago. Do you think you can remember a verse from that long ago? Let's try it together. You ready? Romans 3:23. All have sinned. How'd you do? Did you remember it? If you did, great job. So hopefully you know this week's verse too, right? Revelation 4:11. Hopefully you can say that. And if you say that verse, how many Awana shares do you get on Sunday night? You get 10 Awana shares, right? But here's the thing. You don't just earn Awana shares by saying the verse that you learn each week. You actually can earn more Awana shares by going back and saying old verses that you've already learned. So you can go back and say Romans 3:23. You can go back and say Romans 5:8. And if your mom and dad keep track of that for us, they can come in on Sunday night with you and they can say, hey, this person, this child, they went ahead and they said this week's verse, and here's all the verses they said from previous weeks too. So you get 10 Awana shares for saying this week's verse, and also 1 Awana share for every verse that you go back and say that you have already learned. That's easy money right there. That's an easy way to get even bigger prizes, right? Also, there's one more thing you can do to get Awana shares easy. By wearing game socks. Do you know what game socks are? Game socks are anytime you are wearing mismatched socks. So if you're wearing one blue sock and one red sock, or one black sock and one white sock, anytime your socks don't match, those are called game socks here at New England Bible Church. So by wearing game socks at any point in the week, you can come in and get an extra Awana share for that too. It's really fun. As a matter of fact, if you want to go ahead and earn your extra Awana share, go ahead and pause the video, go change your socks, go mix them up, make them weird, all right? And then come back and watch the rest of the video, okay? That's an easy way to get some money. So, now that you know all the ways that you can get different Awana shares, let's learn this week's verse so that a week from now you can get 10 more shares, right? Here we go. Let's say it together. Psalm 139. That's a big number. Can you count to 139? Psalm 139:14. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Let's do it one more time. Psalm 139:14. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Boys and girls, what does it mean if something is made fearfully and wonderfully? Well, there's a lot of different words we can use for that. Fearfully and wonderfully, that can mean awesome, that can mean good, that can mean great. There's all sorts of words that we could use for fearfully and wonderfully. But here's all that you need to know. God made you in an incredible way. Everything about you, God made, and He made you awesomely. Now, remember last week we said that God made everything? Well, He made the sky and all the animals and everything that you see, right? But I want you to look at yourself. Look at your own 2 hands. You see these 2 hands right here that you have in front of you? God made those 2 hands. Put your feet out. Can you see your feet? Look at those little feet, right? God made your feet. Hey, where are your ears at? Can you find your ears? Right here, right? God made your ears. Where's your chin at? Right here? God made your chin. How about your elbows? Where's your elbows at? God made your elbows. I could name out a dozen body parts. I could just name body part after body part after body part that God gave you. and it's all awesomely, wonderfully made. Your eyes, your toes, your hair, your fingernails, everything about you was made by God, and He did an awesome job. So this week, as you're learning this verse, just keep thinking about that. Keep thinking about the incredible job that God did making you.